you're still tuning in, of course, watching the round 2 playoffs of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship 2023. Reporting live and no lies, Sabrina Sandiego. And of course, ako pa nga rin magiging courtside report nyo for game number 3. But before we go to game number 3, let's just have, of course, a quick run through of what are the matches that we can watch today. We have the Adamson University versus FEU Eastern University, or FEU Lady Tamaraws, and they are undefeated in the 3 sets that happen around 11 a.m. And for match 2, we have the NU Lady Chiefs versus Ateneo Eagles that happened at 2 p.m. for the first time. An NCAA team actually. Yan nga, nakatalo sila ng UAAP team in this conference. And for match 3, we have the NU Lady Bulldogs versus UST Golden Tigresses, and happening in just minutes. So again, this is actually our day. But before that, let's have our first on during our last week's game. So have our player of the week, and we have no other than Barbie Hamili from Adamson Lady Falcons, who scored 7 points against LPU, and for San Beda University, she's actually a back-to-back MVP of the match, and she scored 8 points with 7 attacks and 1 ace. So congratulations to you once again, Barbie Hamili, as our player of the week. But before that, of course, guys, I know you guys are also wanting to see our games today, but let's just have a quick recap on what happened to our top players during or after round 1. So for our tournament, for top scorers, after first round, we have Angeline Poyos from UST, Laika Tudlasan, who scored 41 points together with Jade Hentapa, Casey Tongalio from UE, who scored 40 points, Regina Horado from UST as well. We're gonna see her in just a bit. Lian de Guzman from Ateneo, Jonah Perdido from UST, who scored 35 points. Moving on to our attackers, top attackers, we have Eliza Solomon from NU, Erin Pangilinan from NU as well, Micaela Belen, Alexis Minor from Ateneo, Cassie Tongalio from UE, Mitch Gamit or Michelle Gamit from CSB. Moving on to our top blockers, we have Samantha Nolasco, Ana Asis from FEU, Keisha Bedonia, Mitch Gamit, Princess Aljibe, Mitze Panangin of Flores, Papa. And for our top servers, we have Eliza De Vosora, Karil Kaasi, Ara Panique, Donalyn Paralejas, Saiza Gula, Sofia Buena from Ateneo, and Riza Nogales. So Shakey's fam, thank you again for always supporting our Shakey Super League teams. And with that, we will just have a quick update as well sa ating mga donations. And as of October 9, we're happy to share the status of the team's donation, and we would also like, of course, to invite our guests to try out our Shakey Super League bundles. If you haven't, we are available in classic fees for as low as 1,599, and a classic super fees as well. It's 2,199. So for every purchase of our Super League bundles, 50 pesos will be donated to your chosen Shakey Super League participating schools. And there you have it. So where can we watch our live games for today? And for this match, we can watch, of course, our games and your live on Plus Network social media pages. We're at My Plus Network on Facebook, Plus Network 2020 on YouTube, TikTok at My Plus Network. You can also watch your games via Shakey Super League's official Facebook page, Shakey Super League, and Shakey's Philippines Facebook page. And on Free TV as well, you can also catch some of our games live on Leo Channel 23, Tap Sports, Solar Sports, Blast TV, and of course, we also have Bola TV as our newest online streaming platforms for our league. And there you have it, guys. Now I'm turning you over to Ken Richie.
Thank you so much, Sabrina Sandiego. We've got Kay Bombita, one of the prize recruits of NU. She will try to detonate once again, and with the help of their veteran setter, Camila Lamina, the NU Lady Bulldogs try to build on their winning ways, but they will go up against this upcoming star, Angeline Poyos. We saw in the graphic earlier, she's the top scorer so far in the Shakey Super League, and she will be backstopped by the rising setter, Kathy Carvalho. We have here the NU Lady Bulldogs taking on the UST Golden Tigresses. Hello everyone who's watching us live. We are here at the Rizal Memorial Stadium in Manila. Ken Pangilinan alongside Richie Cordero. And Richie, this is a highly anticipated matchup and for good reason. NU and UST, lagi natin natutunghayan yan.
Yes, ang tagal nga natin hinintay itong match na to, and that's because these are two of our top teams. We are expecting an exchange of mastery from these two undefeated teams.
So tignan natin, no? It's another interesting matchup between these two teams and we'll check out our standings. We are here in round 2 already. Both of these teams undefeated, NU and UST. Earlier on, medyo surprising results, no? FEU winning over Adamson and then that stunner by Arellano defeating Ateneo also in straight sets.
Yes, and note that this is the second round before our crossover finals.
So makikita natin, no, top 2 teams from each pool will have twice to beat advantage. Yan po yung pinaglalabanan nila ngayong round. So it's round number 2, round robin po yan. So unahin na natin itong NU. In the very first round, they faced off against 3 teams and safe to say, they were really impressive as always.
Yes, and the NU Lady Bulldogs left a flawless finish for the first round, gaining 9 points from their 3-game victory. And all of these games were straight set wins.
And ang maganda kasi dito, no, kalat na kalat yung scoring nila. NU, despite the losses of Joy Mecagante, Jen Yerva, and as well as Robles, who was their team captain for the long time, talagang ito, because of this girl, Vange Alinsog, hindi natin masyado nararamdaman yung kawalan ng NU so far.
And she remains dominant in her performances for the Lady Bulldogs with an outstanding 37.78% attack percentage. She has accumulated 22 points just from the first round.
Such an efficient attacker ito si Vange Alinsog, hailing from Cebu. Meanwhile, ito naman UST also flawless so far in their first round and we see here that they defeated all of their opponents in dominant fashion.
Yes, and just like the NU Bulldogs, UST Golden Tigresses also with a 3-0 standing proves to be deserving for the respect given by the volleyball community, of course. Although they did lose 1 set each to Perpetual and CSB.
And nakita natin, no, talagang they took care of business against all these NCAA teams and one huge reason why has been the emergence of Angeline Poyos.
And nobody knew as Angeline Poyos continues her streak as a force to be reckoned with here in the Shakey Super League. With 50 points to her name, she is the leading scoring machine for the Golden Tigresses.
Grabe, no? 50 points in the first round. 3 games, 16.7 points per contest. And imagine what she could do more, lalo na ito, mabibigat yung magiging kalaban nila dito. But of course, NU and UST, Richie, they have been always facing each other, whether it's in the SSL or in the UAP. But one thing's for certain, nakita nga natin in their last semifinals matchup, NU prevailed in 4 sets, but ayun, dikdikan lahat yun.
And you know, I think we're gonna see more of these matchups here now that there is a new lineup from last season, of course. And more names are stepping up to show what they are made of.
And let's check out again our team standings. So nakita na natin, NU and UST, sila na lang yung walang talo dito. So whoever wins in this matchup will be the top team in Pool E. Samantala naman, Arellano, such a crucial win earlier against Ateneo. So they're now at 3-1. On the other pool naman, we've got FEU on top 4-0. Adamson 3-1. So tingnan natin, NU versus UST up next. Let's turn you over to our game announcer, Irvin Awiden.
Action continues here inside the Rizal Memorial Coliseum in the city of Manila. This is the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Let us now meet our participants for this match. Beginning with the University of Santo Tomas Golden Tigresses. Beginning with the team captain and first libero, number 4, Det Pepito. Make way for their teammates, number 1, Angeline Poyos. Number 2, Bianca Plaza. Number 6, Angeli Bacalso. Number 8, Yana Rocafort. Number 10, Saiza Gula. Number 11, Pia Abu. Number 13, Jonah Perdido. Number 16, Gasi Carballo. Number 18, Reg Jurado. Number 20, M. Banagua. Number 21, Kayla Cordora. Number 23, Mabet Hilongo. And their second libero is number 3, Zoe Limpot. And now please welcome the National University Lady Bulldogs. Starting with the team captain, number 14, Erin Pangilinan. First libero, number 5, Shaira Hardio. Make way for the teammates, number 1, Kay Bombita. Number 3, Abigail Pono. Number 4, Bella Belen. Number 6, Veg Alinsog. Number 8, Sheena Toring. Number 9, Aishat Bello. Number 12, Alaysa Solomon. Number 13, Camila Lamina. Number 17, Cham Maaya. Number 18, Ara Panike. Number 21, Myrtle Escalar. And their second libero is number 2, Pearl Denura. Presenting our game officials for match number 27. First referee, Erwin Lu Cordero. Second referee, Nestor Matematico. First, for the National University Lady Bulldogs. Starting with the team captain, middle blocker number 14, Erin Pangilinan. Outside hitter number 4, Bella Belen. Another middle blocker number 8, Sheena Turi. Opposite hitter number 12, Alaysa Solomon. Setter number 13, Camila Lamina. Outside hitter number 18, Ara Panike. And their starting libero is number 5, Shaira Hardio. The head coach of the Lady Bulldogs is Norman Miguel. And now the starting lineup for the University of Santo Tomas Golden Tigresses. Outside header number 1, Angeline Boyos. Middle blocker number 2, Bianca Plaza. Another middle blocker, number 11, Pia Abu. Outside header, number 13, Jonah Perdido. Setter, number 16, Gassi Carvalho. Opposite hitter, number 18, Reg Jurado. And their starting libero and team captain, number 4, Det Pepito. The head coach of the Golden Tigresses is Emilio Kung Fu Reyes.
Let's check out the starting 6 for both squads for NU, Alaysa Solomon, Sheena Toring, Bella Belen, Camila Lamina, Ara Panige, Erin Pangilinan, and Shai Tardo ang kanilang starting libero. Samantala, for the UST Golden Tigresses, Reg Jurado, Pia Abu, Angeline Poyos, Jonah Perdido, Cassie Carvalho, Bianca Plaza, and Det Pepito ang kanilang starting libero. Also their team captain for the girls from España. So NU in white and UST, they're faithful, watching in attendance in black. Angeline Poyos, Cassie Carvalho, ito yung tinunghayan natin at the start of our coverage. As we begin our set brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order favorite thin crust pizza and Chicken and Mojos now. Jurado gets it up and in.
Quick play there coming from Regina Jurado, already gaining her points here in the first set.
And Reg Jurado, a much bigger role.
Yeah, she saw that she had 2 blockers in front of her. That's why she opted for a drop ball instead of a spike.
Wala na rin sa kanila, no? Sila A. Laure, Amy Hernandez, and like I said, Reg Jurado.
Medyo madaming ang nawala galing dito sa Golden Tigresses, pero ang dami din namang kapalit.
Like Angeline Poyos, but meanwhile, sabi ni Bella Belen, I still got this for NU, getting them on the board.
Such an explosive approach coming from Bella Belen.
Good transition, no? Lamina, good set to Bella. Bella Belen, the UAP Season 84 Rookie MVP, commits a service error there. Under Coach Norman Miguel this time. About to enter her 3rd year in the UAP, so bigger things also expected for Bella Belen. Meanwhile, Pia Abu on deck to serve for UST. Lamina, this time she goes to the ring.
We are already witnessing quick plays every time they are given the chance from a free ball. Let's see that once again. Ang bilis pumasok ni Turing na alam niya that the ball would be delivered to the setter.
Ganda rin ng pasa to Lamina. That's why they were able to set up well there. Palitan lang ng puntos, 2-all.
And this is what we are expecting given that these 2 teams are undefeated, very aggressive when it comes to their scoring machines. But look at that play, Regina Jurado blocked by the towers of the NU Lady Bulldogs.
Nasaraduhan ng pintuan si Reg Jurado as we check out the block of the set. Brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. And Erin Pangilinan, the new team captain. She's gonna play a vital role for NU. And here she is, naregaluhan.
An over-reception coming from Perdido of the Golden Tigresses allowed, was that Solomon? Solomon to...
Actually, si Pangilinan.
Oh, Pangilinan. Allowed Pangilinan to give that regalo.
Ayun, no?
And you saw Cassie Carvalho actually trying to get the ball and fight and joust at the net, but she was a bit too small and Pangilinan was already first.
Perdido, trying to go cross-court. Belen. Jurado. Drop ball works!
Another smart play coming from Jurado. You know, she saw the last sequence, she was blocked, so it was very smart for her to just choose to go for a drop ball given that it worked for the first time in the first point of the set.
And we are being featured into an early chess match so far. Lamina goes to Pangilinan.
Lamina's set was actually a bit too low for Pangilinan given that her hand was already below the net.
So UST answering back with back-to-back points of their own. Reg Jurado. The lefty. Good serve. Sets up Plaza.
Quick decision making coming from Plaza. That was an over-reception. She really took a chance and aimed it to where NU didn't have any players guarding them.
Perhaps could be the new starting middle blocker. Hindi natin alam with the departure of Amy Hernandez. And usually, si Coach Kung Fu, dito niya ini-experimento yung kanyang lineups eh.
Well, given that Coach Kung Fu is a veteran coach, these are the times also that he wants to challenge the players to see who will step up for his team.
If you remember, Solomon gets that one to go.
As we were saying, stepping up for the team, Solomon is not a new name for the Lady Bulldogs.
Converge Fiber X is the official internet provider of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. So tabla tayo ulit. 5-all. Perdido drills it in!
Good setup coming from Cassie. Ang layo niya na dun sa position niya para iset yun sa open, pero pinilit niya pa rin, and Perdido was able to get that point.
So it's 6-5 now. UST in front. And a good serve. Jonah Perdido. So it's the pair of lefties scoring, and that serve the game brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Going back to my point about Coach Kong for Reyes, last year, during the Shakey Super League preseason, hindi rin naglaro si Ea Laure, although she was in the US. But by the time she came back, hindi na rin pinalaro ni Coach Kung Fu, even though she was there on time for the semifinals, but she opted to
Maybe rest, but
Oh.
although during that time period, we were covering their games, and that was the time the three, Saizagula, Regina Horado, and who's the other one?
Abellana.
There, Abellana was the one stepping up for the UST Golden Tigresses.
Speaking of stepping up, they are up 8-6 as we head into our first technical timeout. As the new school year begins, Shakey's is bringing back its back-to-school treat. Students can enjoy their all-time favorite bunch of lunch for only 199 pesos. Save 30. Just present your school ID and enjoy this special treat. And I've seen from the social media pages, no, na all the students have really participated. Speaking of, Reg Jurado has a total of 37 points. Has been really providing the scoring, one of the top scorers in our league so far. UST up 8-6. But then resets. Gets denied, but it's out. Medyo napeke din ako ng crowd ng UST. Nag-cheer sila eh, but Bella Belen able to get it off to the hands of the blockers. Look at a good crowd, Richie. I think this is the biggest turnout so far. And a huge reason why is Angeline Poyos.
Look at the angle of that attack. Given that Poyos adjusted herself, let's take a look at that once again. Her elevation is so high that she has time to really angle herself and place that ball where it's supposed to be placed.
That spike of the set brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Let's turn you over to our courtside reporter, Sab Sanjego.
But
Speaking of Angeline Poyos, before the game, I was actually able to talk to her. I know we all know that she's one of the top scorers after the first round of this tournament, since it's also her first time na makaharap nga niya ang Lady Bulldogs. Kitang-kita ko sa kanyang mukha na siya ay kinakabahan. Dahil sabi nga niya sa akin na pinaghandaan daw nila talaga ang laban na to. So we'll see if this Golden Tigress can channel her nervousness into a strong performance in this game. Ken and Richie?
Alam mo, parang si Sab Sanjego yan. Sabi lagi, kinakabahan. Pero kita mo yung ginagawa niya ngayon. Angeline Poyos, of course, has always been a huge source of offense for UST. But that time around, NU scoring on that trip. Tapla ulit tayo, 9-all.
she wasn't even in position for that attack.
I was about to say, out of system na yung nangyari dun. Tight ball game so far. Picture of focus, Alyssa Solomon. Camila Lamina to serve. Carvalho. The tip by Poyos.
Medyo mataas yung drop ball dun ni Poyos.
They go to Rado, the left side. Check ball ba? Wala.
I think she mishit that ball. Medyo nanggigil siya that it actually went longer than stronger.
3 straight points for NU. That's why they took the lead here. Lamina. 21 years old from Buena Vista, Guimaras. was hailed the best setter back in the UAP season 84. Abu was blocked. This is now a golden opportunity for the girls from España. Combination play. Hindi malinis, kaya naman Bella Belen taking care of business there. Kita natin doon, that first ball was just out
Too
of
near
sorts.
the net, yeah.
And Bella Belen scores, and we have a timeout here. Let's listen in.
Kontrolin natin yung first ball. Yeah. Kontrolin mo yung first ball. Tapos ikaw, huwag mong bitawan yung para sa'yo. Kontrolin mo lang. Nawawala na yung atake natin. May pasa tayo na pwede i-convert pa rin sa atake. Yung problema, binibitawan, inisip mo paano gumagawin. Isipin nyo kung paano daw nag-i-execute ng paano. May pasa tayo, malayo sa out of system. Pwede ka pa rin mag-release.
Coach Kung Fu just reiterating na unahin muna natin ang pasa. You know, we saw earlier in the set that they were able to create plays, even the combination plays or the simple attacks, but then now they're struggling because hindi nila mabigay yung bola sa setter nila.
That's why NU 4 straight points. 2-point lead here in the first set. Pepito na nag-set. Poyos, tough angle. Solomon, cross court.
Great save coming from Pepito.
This is a free ball. Belen capitalizing.
Combination play coming from Belen, Lamina, and Toring. And that's what Coach Kung Fu was looking for his squad. Pero ang NU naman ang nakagawa.
This cool play of the set brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. And you see Bella Belen has really trimmed down, working on her conditioning. Lamina underhand set. Solomon. Good job by UST. Poyos. And she was denied there.
Her intention was there, but it's very hard for her to attack the way she usually does when the set was a bit too far from the net of what she usually asks for from her setter.
Actually, nangyari doon, hindi pala niya naitawid yung bola. Just putting the ball through the net. So NU with a 6-0 run. This is now a 4-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs.
Long run also coming from Camila Mina, who has been stable in that service line.
Pepito, underhand set. Tough angle again for Poyos. Chance here for the girls in black. Poyos this time. She scores.
Too much speed for Angeline Poyos.
Poyos ulit.
Ang layo niya sa net, but she is still able to get her angle correctly for a point.
And she really made waves during the last tournament, the National Invitationals, when they faced off against LaSalle. She had 29 points in that match. Nakita natin, no? Yung fifth set, we got extended 32 minutes. But Jonah Perdido, back-to-back points for UST.
Another player performing for the Golden Tigresses. That set was so near the net that she actually just needed to clip her wrist to get that attack.
Poyos again. On deck to serve. Lamina gives it up to Turing and she puts it in.
You know what we were saying, this is a comeback season for Sheena Turing given that she was injured and she recovered with just 5 months of therapy and recovery from her ACL injury and she's already performing so well.
Sheena Turing as Team Rebel Sports' official team uniform of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Combination play! Jurado!
That play left us all speechless as Jurado really elevated over the blocker of Turing.
Nalin lang yung blockers doon ng NU.
And that's what they need to produce more, is plays that will trick the blockers of NU, given that NU is a very strong blocking team.
15-12. Service error. For the most part, opening set natin, Richie, hindi masyado marami errors ng both teams, no? Both teams really executing well. Gina Turing, like you mentioned, alam ko, last month lang na-clear ito to join the training. But quick turnaround from that knee injury. Shauna Perdido once again.
Let's see that once again. Perfect set coming from Cassie. And you know, NU is very tall. That's a given. But UST, they don't hesitate, even though they have like a tower or tall blockers right in front of them. And that's what gets them the points.
That time around, sent back to the friend zone by the Lady Bulldogs as we head into our first technical timeout. 16-13 is our score. NU in front by 3. Here in Pangilinan down. We'll be right back after this.
I only want the best. Thincredible, Thintense, Sensational, Thin Crust Pizza from Shakey's. Thincredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey's.
This is bringing back its back to school treat. Students can enjoy their all-time favorite bunch of lunch for only 199, save 30 pesos. Just present your school ID and enjoy this special treat. Right now, NU with a 3-point lead. Tingnan natin yung nangyari huli, no? Because one of the NU players fell down on the floor. That was Erin Pangilinan, stepping on the foot of Alyssa Solomon. But she's back on the floor. Pinagpag lang. The new team captain, tough as nails. Carvalho, binigay kay Perdido.
The same exact attacks coming from Perdido, but you know what? If it's not broken, don't fix it. She's already gained 3 points coming from off the block spikes.
Solid yung mga palo eh. And despite the fact that she was denied earlier, patuloy yung kanyang pag-atake sa depensa nitong NU.
Imagine the power she has to go through those blockers.
Speaking of power, Ara Panique making her presence felt here. And that's an interesting wrinkle. Ara Panique, kadiagonal niya ngayon si Bella Belen at that outside hitter position. And you see Ara Panique really tall for that open spiker spot. And that's something that they wanna try and experiment, lalo yung height advantage and yung blocking ng Lasal was really something that was really tough for them during that UAP finals run.
Well, I guess if she is in the open side,
Yeah.
if she is on the open side, given that LaSalle has tall players in the opposite side, yun yung magkatapat.
Oo. So nangyari kasi dun, the blocking of Lasal was just too much. As Poyos scores now for UST. For UST naman, promising players. Angeline Poyos trying to carry the scoring load. Lalo wala na nga si Elaw, Amy Hernandez, Vilena Alessandrini also has graduated for the girls from España. Meanwhile, we'd like to thank Summit Bottled Water, the official drinking water of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Bianca Plaza. UST trailing by 3. Oh, what's a good serve? And that results into a service ace. 18-16. And Richie, I'm sure you've been been impressed by UST so far despite the fact that they're trailing here.
Well, they've actually been playing really well, but first a service error coming from Plaza. They've been performing really well. It's just that NU has been performing more plays that have been accumulating their points.
Mas unpredictable so far yung play ng NU, no? But still, just a 3-point lead, still manageable. But NU, like a well-oiled machine. Dikit sa net. Yung pasa doon ni Panike, kaya lang sinuwerte pa doon ang Lady Bulldogs. And this is now their biggest lead at 4.
That is an error we don't usually see coming from Pepito.
Bagong team captain, Tempted Pepito. Abu is back, replacing Managua. NU re-establishing a 4-point lead. Poyos. Medyo di sila nagkaintindihan doon ni Carvalho. Panike gets blocked. Saved by Lamina. Running attack. Pia Abu down the line.
I believe that hit on the line.
What a play here by UST.
Yeah. It's good that they achieved a play given that medyo nag-rumble na yung depensa ng NU during that time.
Ganda ng basa doon ni Cassie. No? Nakita niya lahat nasa gitna.
Yeah.
And it was only Bella Belen who was able to try to stop that attack. Agad naman bumawi si Bella sa kabilang dako. Bella Belen rising and firing against 2 blockers.
And pansin mo na kahit may blocker siya, doon niya pa rin tinapat yung bola because she knew that the angle she was trying to deliver was higher than the usual.
Converge Fiber X is the official internet provider of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Pepito again sets it up for Jurado. And those two connecting well for the Golden Tigresses.
UST just doing a great job breaking the walls that the NU Bulldogs has been trying to place in front of them.
Poyos, jump serve. Turing, nandoon si Abu. Oh, good block once again. Belen drilling it in.
This girl attacks from everywhere, and any set at all, she will have that point for herself.
Just when NU needed something, Bella Belen providing that for the Lady Bulldogs. Maasahan talaga eh. Oh, right on cue. Service ace. And this is now the biggest lead for NU na puwersahan nang mag-timeout dito si Coach Kong Reyes. And we see here UST trying to sort things out. NU naman behind those back-to-back points by Bella Belen, establishing their biggest lead of the set so far at 5. 23-18 ang ating talaan. Makabawi kaya ang UST here, or will NU seal the deal and get the opening set? Bella Belen just hit a service ace earlier. The save by Lamina, but it's a free ball. Pepito. And Abu, with a little bit of luck, gets that one to go.
Just with the tip of her fingers, Pia Abu was so successful for that drop ball. Kita mo sa gitnaan talaga ng dalawang blockers niya. Punesto yung drop ball eh.
Naita mo sa mukha niya. Naku, Sid Muerte ako ng OD doon. But Pia Abu delivering for UST. But that time around, her serve a little bit long. That's why NU now at set point. Gina Turing, a chance here. Pepito sets up Perdido. This is now a golden opportunity this time for NU. Ara Panique, nandun si Poyos. Bella, back to Ara. And he hits the line, giving the point and the set to the NU Lady Bulldogs. The rookie delivering in the clutch for Coach Norman Miguel, the former Naga College Foundation product. Starting here with the veterans. And she has delivered 25-19, set number 1, set number 2 in just a bit when we return.
I only want the best. Thincredible, Thintense, Sensational, Thin Crust Pizza from Shakey's. Thincredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey's.
Give it 10, 15, 20, down to the minute 20,000.
Happy na si Sir, oh.
As the new school year begins, Shakey's is bringing back its back-to-school treats. Students can enjoy their all-time favorite bunch of lunch for only 199. Save 30 pesos. Just present your school ID and enjoy this special treat. And NU giving us a treat as well as UST. Set number 1 was really close. Palitan ng puntos early in the first set. Jurado got the wheels going for NU, but we see here, sorry, for UST, but NU, we see here they established a 4-point lead in the middle of that set and medyo nasa kanila yung driver's seat all the way through.
Well, they both started out strong and we saw Bella Belen, Panique, Pangilinan, and Solomon who handled the scoring for NU Lady Bulldogs, but it was a well-orchestrated performance for both teams.
25-19 was the score. Let's check out the stats of that opening set.
It's a very similar point system for the stats. You see that both of them have 14 attack points each. But let's see that NU had 2 block points and 2 service aces in comparison to the UST Golden Tigresses.
And majority of those eggers by UST were committed at the latter part of the set. Kaya medyo bumitaw sila doon. So, you know, sign siguro of adjusting lalo na, yun nga very new itong kupunan nila with the departure of those players we mentioned.
Yeah, and now we see in the court new set of players coming in for both of our squads since the all-to-play rule is still ongoing for the teams.
Hashtag all to play. And this set brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken in Mojo's now.
Now here in the second set, we really will see how deep the benches are for two of these undefeated squads.
Ayana Rocafort, a product of La Salle Lipa under Coach Aimee Mendoza. Alinsog, but it's out. Vange Alinsog made waves in her rookie year. Yana Rocafort, I think I saw her during the Shakey's Girls Invitational League. Yun nga, under Coach Aimee Mendoza with the De La Salle Lipa squad.
And we know that La Salle pa, they really produce well-known players now, like Joel Encarnacion, Justine Hazareno, and more players, of course.
Actually, marami din sa kanila transferred to the UST program. Let's see the starting six now for UST in the second set. Angeli Bacalso, Yana Rocafort, Sai Sagula, Maribe Filongo, Kyla Cordora.
And we've seen Sai Zagula from the previous season as well.
Oh, the power tip goes for Bacalso.
And power tips, drop balls, off spins, and off the block points are very much working for the Golden Tigresses.
Bombita, Pono, Alinsog, Mertol, Escanlar, Maaya, and Aishat Bello for NU. Saisagula with a service error. 2-2 is our score. Vange Alinsog, the Cebuana, was a former Juniors Finals MVP. So check that, Girls Finals MVP. Rocafort sets it up. Denura, bigay kay Mirtol. And that time around, she gets it to go.
And Escanlar is actually the counterpart of Vange Alinsug from last season, who performed really well for her squad.
So ito,
And it's-
power spiker talaga eh.
Yeah.
Sorry, Richie. The power from these girls. Vangeline Sog, Mirtol Escanlar,
Also Maaya, of course.
Cham Maaya, that middle blocker spot. Nakapuntos ang ustek doon, courtesy of Kyla Cordora.
Let's see that play once again, an underhand set. Medyo mas mahirap timingan yun as an attacker if you want to approach well.
And this is a good test for UST. These are relatively new faces with exception of Sai Sagula.
With the last conversation I had with Coach Kung Fu, he said that they were rebuilding and to just trust the program because they can't recruit a lot of players, but what they are given or whoever would try or is willing to learn, that's what they focus on to really provide the players who are stepping up right now for their team.
Karamihan sa mga players nila really started out in high school. Carvalho was from Sobel, but apart from her,
Also,
Pia Abu,
Zoe
Sai Sagula,
Limpot
oo. Zoe Limpot also.
from De La Salzabel.
Hilongo, and clips the line there.
Long hit coming from Hilongo. But you know, sometimes it's more effective for you to place the ball longer than more power.
For all, this young bunch of Coach Kung Fu keeping in step so far with this lineup of NU. Bombita, itinawid yung bola. Wow, good attack there by Cordora.
Amazing combination play coming from the Golden Tigresses. They took the opportunity of a free ball.
This spike of the set brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. UST grabs the lead. Wow, good serve there. This is gonna be a free ball for the girls in black. Rocafort, smart play.
I was was gonna say that, but it was such a smart play coming from Rocafort. Given that she is a bit small, on the smaller side, it was unexpected for her to give that drop ball to the NU Lady Bulldogs.
Really young at that. Aliana Rocafort. Wow, that power coming from the rack ni Kay Bombita.
Oh, Bombita actually saw that she had blockers. That's why she angled her hand to follow through to the right so that it would check out. See?
Good point there, Richie, as Bombita cuts the lead down to 1. Tortora once again. She has put in a string of points. UST in front by 2, 7-5. The placement of her shots, as Converge Fiber X is the official internet provider of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Bello this time.
Just the elevation of Bello, even though she doesn't jump as high, her reach is still very elevated in comparison to her blockers from the Golden Tigresses.
Raw talent for NU. She says she's really excited to participate in her first UAP season. Ito si Aisha Bello. Sa likod, Escanlar. Rocafort. Chance for the girls in white. Another attack from Escanlar. And good read there by NU, letting it sail out of bounds. We are tied 7-all. Bertol Escanlar made quite a splash last season in the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. I think in one of their games was named the best player. Alinsog!
And that's why it's so dangerous for you to give a free ball to the NU Lady Bulldogs. They will create a very fast tempo play, and Alinsog is very much well prepared for that attack.
8-7 as we head into our first technical timeout. Check out our Shakey Super Fans of the Day. Brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. Todo suporta ang mga taga-Espanya para sa kanilang kupunan, as like we told you, this is a good-sized crowd inside the Rizal Memorial Stadium. Muli po, Ken Pangilinan, kasama niya po si Teacher Richie Cordero and Sabrina San Diego, our correspondent on the sidelines. Belated Happy Teacher's Day.
Thank you, thank you.
As Escanlar commits a service error after that timeout. 8-all. Banagua, who was subbed in briefly in the opening set. Alinsog once again.
You see her coming from already half of the court for just one explosive approach for that attack.
Grabe athleticism ni Panche, no? Arguably,
And every time she approaches, it's like she disappears in midair just because of how fast she is. And it's seen also because of how crisp and fast her attacks are.
I think arguably she's the most athletically gifted player on that NU squad.
Yes, I'd say one of the most.
Because of the way
Yeah.
she jumps.
Her agility when it comes
Oo.
to moving inside the court. And the way she thinks also, ang bilis ng utak niya. So she's not just a very athletic player, but she's also very smart and madiskarte.
2-point lead for the Lady Bulldogs. Rocafort, the underhand set. Masyadong mababa para kay Gula.
Tough set coming from Rocafort.
And a timeout requested here by UST. They are down by 3 points. And what has happened here to the second unit of Coach Kung Fu Richie?
Well, they were performing really well in the first parts of the first set, but ever since that service error, parang NU was given the chance to really bounce back and pull away from the score.
And ito, as the new school year begins, Shakey's is bringing back its back-to-school treats. Students can enjoy their all-time favorite bunch of lunch for only 199 pesos, save 30. Just present your school ID and enjoy this special treat. Makabawi kaya ang UST dito? They are down once again.
Well, I guess Coach Kung Fu's intention also is to break the momentum that NU was providing or creating as early as them getting the point.
We haven't really seen much from Saisa Gula, but here she is attacking relentlessly on this sequence. Alinsog gets blocked by Bacalzo. 11-9. That block set brought to you by Peki Charcoal Chicken Sauce Bar. Order now. The young setter, Yana Ricafort. Such a smart player for Coach Kung Fu. And medyo prototype din siya ni Cassie Carvalho. Hindi katangkaran but really getting the job done. And much like that one, a good set para dito kay Hilongo.
Medyo hinabol na rin yun ang setter ng Uste, and Hilongo was able to provide a good attack.
11-10. Back-to-back points for the Golden Tigresses. Combination play, Alinsog. Nandoon yung depensa ng UST. Was able to put that one up. Pono, bigay kay Maaya. Oh, good save by Rocafort. But Alinsog finding a seam in the defense. 12-10. Raj Alinsog just oozing with confidence right now for NU.
Siguro hindi din siya finner 6 kanina because coach knew that someone had to lead the team for the second squad.
And with the departure of Cez Robles, that starting spot on that outside hitter position opposite Bella Belen is for hers to take.
Yeah. Actually, it's hers right now, given that we had a conversation with her on her first game here in the Shakey Super League, and she said that yung nawala nga si Princess Robles, it's her time to step up and it's her responsibility given to her by the coach.
Team Rebel Sports is the official team uniform of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Saisa Gula,
Good serve coming from Saizagula.
Bombita, off speed. Rocafort, miscommunication on the side of UST. Alinsog, the save. Ball is still alive. Cham Maaya!
Too quick of a play. Chacha Maaya really saw that ball coming and with no hesitation coming in for an approach to get that point.
This cool play of the set brought to you by RNB Milk Tea. Order now. Raj Alinsog, only 20 years old. That serve goes out. 13-12. Sorry, tama. 13-12 is our score. UST tried to hang on and tie things up here. Bono, bigay kay Bombita. Cham Maaya. Kept alive by UST. Oh, good block!
The celebration coming from the Golden Tigresses for the block point.
Tabla ulit, 13-all. That block of the set brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. And looks like unang timeout ni Coach Norman Miguel as UST able to tie things up. Let's listen in.
Eliminate ha. Okay, tiwala.
And Coach Norman Miguel requesting for that timeout, sensing that UST finding their second win here in the second set.
And that's what you don't want to give your opponent, is that for them to find their rhythm. Because once they find their rhythm, tuloy-tuloy na yan.
And they're doing this with the youngsters in tow for the Golden Tigresses. Bacalso. Abigail Pono, bigay kay Escanlar. And good timeout. They execute well coming off that requested reprieve by Coach Norman Miguel.
You see her form when she attacks, her approach to her form. It really feels like if kalaban ko siya, syempre matatakot ako if yun na yung papalo sa harap ko, di ba?
14-13. Cham Maaya wasting that opportunity. Agad siyang kinausap ni Coach Norman Miguel as he checks out for their libero. 14-all. Just a reminder that teams can sub in players after the 16th point, after the second technical timeout. Chance ball for NU. Pono. Escanlar!
Once again.
UST thought it was out, but Escanlar just clipping the line. That's spike of the set. Brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now.
So you can expect that every time NU is given a free ball, that they will convert it into a combination play. A bit off on that set.
Alinsog, pipe attack. Rocafort to Hilongo. Oh, smart play from the former UAAP Finals MVP in the girls division, Abigail Pono.
She saw that UST na nakaabang na yung UST for a spike. That's why she just opted for a drop ball.
Second technical timeout with NU leading 16-14.
I only want the best. Incredible, Thin-Tense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Incredible crisp crust, Thin-Tense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey's.
Aming inahandog sa inyo ang fun family pizza of the game. Brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery. Order favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. And they're enjoying this really tightly contested match. But NU with back-to-back points. Ito na, yung subs.
As you mentioned, the all-to-play rule does not apply anymore after the second technical timeout. we are seeing an exchange of players here. Cassie Carvalho in for the Golden Tigresses, as well as Regina Horado.
Those two have great chemistry for UST. Jurado. Chance ball for NU. Escalar with a combination play.
This girl is like a bomb that every time you set her up, it is most likely that it will turn out into a point and find its way to the floor.
The wind up and the finish.
Nawawala na lang yung bola pag siya yung pumapalo.
Just the way she approaches the ball, really impeccable. Kay Bombita. Alongside Ara Panique, the two recruits from Naga College Foundation under Coach Parley Tupas. That program has produced the likes of Kat Molina na nasa San Beda ngayon. Meanwhile, we have a report coming from Sab San Diego.
Nakausap ko si Coach Kung Fu at sabi naman niya sa akin na coming from their exam week, they were just training for 2 hours every day before this matchup. And even during timeouts, pinapalalahanan lang naman niya ang girls na if they want to outsmart their opponent, they really need to work on their blockings. Ano masasabi niyo dito, Ken and Richie?
Nakita nga natin, no, for UST, we have to remember, these girls are student athletes. Ang alam ko, sa UST ngayon, kalagitnaan ng kanilang malapit yung finals.
Yeah.
No? Kaya si Daphne Cristobal, one of our anchors, medyo problema sa studies niya as well as these girls. But, ayun ang kagandahan, no? But NU here, scoring. Student first before athlete. Saisa Gula checks out. Jonah Perdido checking back in as that block of the set brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. 19-15. NU separating themselves a bit. 19-15. Bella Belen commits a service error. Summit Bottled Water is the official drinking water of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Banagwa on deck to serve. Pono, bigay kay Alinsog.
Heavily blocked by the UST Golden Tigresses for that.
They keep the ball alive. Jurado. Through the blockers it goes.
From the bench, she is performing like she is still warmed up from the first set.
Red Jurado, not the tallest of spikers, especially in that opposite spiker spot. But really gets the job done. Like we mentioned, the top of the coverage, one of the top scorers in our tournament. Vange Alinsog. Oh, good
Still save.
Kaya lang, nawalan ng spasyo doon si Perdido. Erin Pangilinan checks back in, replacing Bello. Poyos ulit. Napapasok naman para sa mga nakaitim. 2017. Erin Pangilinan hailing from San Mateo, Rizal. Carvalho. The underhand set.
Too near the net coming from Limpot.
Alinsog gets that one in. 21-17 NU. UST again requesting for a timeout. They have drawn close, but NU just pushing the right buttons to keep UST at bay as the Golden Tigers is now trailing by 4 points. Your thoughts on what they need to do if gusto nilang humabol dito, talking about UST?
I think they have to establish first their first ball because what we saw a while ago when they were accumulating the most points, it was coming from the plays that were fast tempo or the combination plays that were tricking the NU Lady Bulldogs. So if they want those plays to be done, they have to help their setter orchestrate the spikers and the attackers of their side.
Converge Fiber X is the official internet provider for Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Carvalho goes to Perdido. Pepito is back. Mono, pipe attack by Belen. Doesn't work for NU.
That spike coming from Belen just found its way in the middle of the net.
21-18. Hailing from Compostela Valley, Reg Jurado. Carvalho, ibinigay kay Perdido. Off the block it goes. And Coach Norman Miguel again pressing the timeout button. That's the second one of the set for NU. Let's listen in to what he has to say here.
Sam, hindi naman sila masyado nagbibigay na sa medyo lang mga move ng konti doon para eksakto tayo sa block doon. Yes, kasi doon madulas ang palo. Para kung nakapeso ka agad tayo. Naintindihan? Okay.
Sige lang, one
Side out tayo pasok pareho.
Direct instruction coming from Coach Norman na isarado na yung blocking dun sa open side ng UST Golden Tigresses kasi medyo madulas nga yung palo nitong si Perdido. Even from the first set, she was able to get her spikes through the block, and that's what Coach Norman is trying to prevent for the plays that will be ongoing now.
UST able to cut this lead down to 2 points. Vanja Linsog, nandun si Pepito. Vance, this time she won't be denied.
That was a bit different of an attack coming from Alinsog. Still sharp but shorter this time. Usually she still aims for the longer side of the court, but then this one she just clips it down.
This cool play of the set brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Hindi niya pinadaan sa blockers noon. Coach Norman Miguel back. Resigned in November 2020. He was the coach of NU during UAP season 81 and in the first 2 games of season 82 before deciding to turn over his duties. And now he's back. Coach Carl Di Baculangan, yung pumalit sa kanya, nandyan pa rin as an assistant. As these two have worked wonders so far for this vaunted NU squad, currently leading by 4, 23-19.
And let's not forget, Coach Norman has been there ever since these girls have been in the program, or like started in the program for the Lady Bulldogs, which means pati sila Faith Nesperos, yung nasa high school pa sila, siya na yung may hawak or siya na rin yung mga nagtitraining.
At siya rin ngayon ang may hawak ng girls volleyball program ng NU. And they score a point. It's now set point for the Lady Bulldogs. And ganito ulit yung nagiging tema, no? UST committing unforced errors at a crucial juncture. Abigail Ponos was the finals MVP nung nakalabay nila Adamson last season in the girls division. Here she is.
The net touch violation.
Slipping the net.
And that's the struggle when you're a setter and you have the responsibility of the second ball, which means you have to force yourself kahit saan ka mapadpad just to get that ball. And sometimes it does become an error.
Big shoes to fill for that backup setter position. But NU, again, taking care of business in set number 2. Alaysa Solomon putting that one away. Inserted late here in the second set. Panalo sila dito 25-20. Set number 3 in just a bit.
I only want the best. Thincredible, Thintense, Sensational, Thin Crust Pizza from Shakey's. Thincredible Crisp Crust, Thintense Real Cheese, Sensational Flavor. There's no thin like Shakey.
It's back to school treat. Students can enjoy their all-time favorite bunch of lunch for only 199, save 30 pesos. Just present your school ID and enjoy this special treat. And NU right now, up 2-0. And tingnan natin yung mga nangyari nung set number 2. Your thoughts on that set, Richie?
Well, set number 2 was handled by Escanlar, Solomon, and Maaya. That was orchestrated by, of course, the setter Pono, who distributed the plays very well. A lot of combination plays here and there, fast attacks, and good placements coming from the NU Lady Bulldogs. And UST, on the other hand, naman, we have some showings from Saizagula, Jurado, and Coronado for this squad, but fell short because of some of the unforced errors that unfortunately led them to lose that set.
Si Jurado, late nang pinasok, no? Because of the all-to-play rule. And mostly, it was Cordora who was providing that scoring punch for UST. But unfortunately, they fell short once again in this set.
Well, if the first set was a bit near, now we see a drastic change. 18 attacks for the NU Lady Bulldogs and UST only having 9 attacks for their squad. Pero lamang naman sila dito sa blocks. You have 2 and in comparison to 1 of NU. And yun nga, the errors that we see is 6 to 9.
Kanina, no, tabla tayo in terms of attacks in the first set. And like we mentioned earlier, nagtapat itong dalawang kupunan na ito last year in the semifinals. NU defeating UST in 4 sets.
And let's see that all sets were inching close to one another. These two teams are really a great match, and that's what we're seeing here today.
Particularly yung first 2 sets, 25-23, 23-25. It could have gone either way. As this set brought to you by Shakey Super Delivery, order your favorite thin crust pizza and chicken and mojos now. UST is the lone team that was able to defeat LaSalle in the last UAP season.
And NU, they were the first ones to beat NU also.
Oo, di ba?
Yeah.
So, kung pag-uusapan lang yung potential, UST has all the tools for a breakout. But, major difference, no? No more A. Laure, like we mentioned. But, ang kagandahan nito, new players, new stars can emerge on their squad as they take a 1-0 lead to start set number 3. Lamina, bigay kay Turing.
Great up by Pepito.
Turing once again, Poyos was there. Siya na rin papalo through the blockers. Walang problema.
Too much strength on this girl, Angeline Poyos. Yung kanina sinasabi niyang kinakabahan siya, parang hindi ko na-feel.
Isipin mo naman, kalaban mo LaSalle, 29 puntos. Tapos dito, NU, sabi nga niya, kinakabahan siya because I think this is the first time in the seniors program na makakalaban niya tong NU, and she's really looking forward to it. And particularly, no, Solomon as she scores.
And Belen.
Yung mga gusto niyang makatapat.
Yeah.
It's just one way to gauge yourself against the best.
Yeah. And it's such a big advantage for her to have the exposure to play against these teams before their main league, of course, the UAAP. That she gets, you know, some pointers, some tips and tricks here and there, and of course, the experience going against NU.
UST with a 3-1 lead. Trying to stay alive here. Sheena Turing gets that one to go.
This time successful. Kanina, in the first how many points, she was trying to get a quick, and it was actually hitting the net continuously, but this time, it found its way to the floor.
Both teams are in Pool E alongside Arellano and Ateneo. Wala namang malalaglag in this round, no? Round 2. But ang mahalaga dito is the placing because the top 2 teams from each pool will have twice to beat advantage into the quarterfinals.
And whoever wins this match will be the one seated with FEU for that advantage.
Crossover yan. So yung number 1, makakalabay number 4 ng Pool F. Number 1 of Pool E will face number 4 of Pool F, sorry, just to clarify. And then so on and so forth. Evangeline Sog, nandun si Poyos. Oh, perdido. Outside yung atake niya doon.
And this time we see that the instructions of Coach Norman to really close off the down the line attacker of the UST Golden Tigresses is being followed, and as we can see, it is successful.
Medyo na-adjust na sila, no? Kasi kanina, particularly in set number 1, Perdido was really successful on that side. Here she is once again. Ayun, nakasupal ulit.
Well, she is a left-handed spiker, which means that it's very easy for her to make it down the line in the open side of the court, which is why Coach Norman really chose to close off this side.
Back-to-back points for the Lady Bulldogs. Tied tayo ulit for all. Converge Fiber X is the official internet provider of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. For touches, service ace para dito kay Eliza Solomon. Eliza Solomon had that huge outing against LaSalle in the final. Scored, what, 32 points if I'm not mistaken, no?
From everywhere, from serving, from blocking, and from attacking.
And last season, she was that lone girl in terms of height. Pwedeng tumapat kila Thea Gagate, that tall front line of LaSalle. Asfaj Alinsog, all power on that one.
No hesitation at all as Vanj Alinsog gave it her all for that attack. And you see how quickly she adjusted and moved back to approach explosively for her attack.
Ganda ng fundamentals, di ba? No?
And she didn't even run back. She backpedaled, which is a bit harder for a player to do.
Yan yung habits no? That you do in training. Those fundamentals. Oh, what a save from Pepito! Pangilinan gets blocked, no?
I don't think it was blocked or it didn't go over the net. Yeah, it did not go over the net.
Hindi tumawid yung bola, no? So it's UST getting that point. But what a save there by Det, crashing into the stands but keeping the ball alive.
Oh, but she was sure. You saw that she was really sure that she was able to get that ball. Great
Lamina.
first ball.
And that sets up Pangilinan for that running attack.
Let's give credit to Hardio for that, for delivering that ball to Lamina.
7-5. NU with a 2-point lead. Good pass by Poyo. Sorry, tama, by Poyos. But Perdido gets denied. And it's now NU with a 3-point lead once again as we head into our first technical timeout. That approach by Perdido, not enough. We'll be back after this. As we see here, UST trying to climb back from the hole. Oh, a familiar face! And it's our face of the day. Brought to you by Shakey's. Order favorite thin crust pizza and chicken mojos now. Sino ba yun? Nakangiti pa, no? Hawak-hawak yung isang malaking box ng pizza. Of course, that's the team manager of NU, Jelena Luceño. Also, one of the analysts that we have here. And during her playing days, Was a really solid middle blocker for the Lady Bulldogs.
Yes. Actually, she came from Bacolod, and that's when I first saw her play. And she was already one of the reigning or most dominating players in the league.
And alam ko, inabot niya si Coach Norman Miguel, di ba? During her playing days.
Great read coming from Pepito.
Jurado, medyo tahimik na siya dito. For UST, Aspela Belen!
Quickly apologizing to Poyos and Pepito for her attack that actually hit the head of Poyos, but so much power for that attack.
That spike of the set brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best flavored fries. Order now. Alam mo, magtropa yan eh. Si Bella, saka si Det. We saw just earlier this year their exchange on Twitter, di ba? Pia Abu on deck to serve. Her team trailing by a point, 9-8. Lamina, bigay kay Turing.
Lamina's sets to Turing are kind of a bit too low for her. Still trying to fold her arm. But first, an attack coming from Alinsog all the way from the back.
Grabe yung punch, no? All angles, open.
Yes. And you'd think that she would get tired or mauubusan siya. But all these sets that we've been seeing from her, she still remains constant in her attacks to be powerful.
Sa yung kumpiyansa na mayroon na siya this time around, she knows that a much bigger role is in store for her in the upcoming UAP season.
And really big shoes to fill.
Although, like you said, nung UAP season 85, even though Cesc Robles was there was a particular game, I think that was game number 2.
That she started, and she was the one who was stepping up.
Coach
And
Norman,
she was a rookie.
yun nga, no? And
You know-
people were really, they were looking forward to that Vangeline Angel Canino matchup. You were saying?
Well, when we spoke to her, it felt very light. That she didn't feel any pressure, and she was just really playing her game because she knows that she's here for a reason, and she's already been training. She's doing everything she can. All she has to do is to show it, and well, she is showing it right now.
11-9 NU. Wow, that's a bomb coming from Bella Belen.
Let's see that once again. You see her really elevating as high as possible and really stretching her arm to the back and providing us such a hammer down of a spike.
This cool play of the set brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now. Just exploding against that hapless UST defense. Bella Belen. Lamina. Alinsog. These two
are unstoppable.
Alam mo, at least one per season, meron tayong jinx na moment. And for good reason, you see here, Vange Alinsog on one end, Bella Belen on the other. Like I said, it's gonna be a handful for all of the teams na makakalaban nila, no? Although you could also say very different players.
Their approach is very different. The way they spike the ball and the way they handle the ball, it's all very different, but very effective because you don't know what's gonna come for you if you are their opponent.
Another point by NU, and UST forced to call a timeout. Kanina, nakadikit na yung UST, but NU just clicking, and Bella Belen and Vangeline So, Sheena Turing providing the goods for NU.
Well, it's hard if you get that spark coming from your team because once that spark is lit, it's very hard to kill.
As the new school year begins, Shakey is bringing back its back-to-school treat. Students can enjoy their all-time favorite bunch of lunch for only 199, save 30 pesos. Just present your school ID and enjoy this special treat. Coach Kong Reyes trying to rally his troops against this formidable NU squad. And I saw Bella Belen in one of, I think, her tweets or sa post niya or story niya sa Instagram. Like, it's revenge season for her. She really wants to redeem. Actually, redemption pala yung naging caption niya doon, no? She really wants to redeem herself dahil nga, kumbaga, as a competitive person, she was really disappointed about the result of that finals against LaSalle.
Well, I guess we can say the same thing for the whole squad. And now that they have the advantage, because they did go international, I believe they went to Thailand
Yeah.
and Vietnam.
Yes.
Yes, they had 3 international leagues, and Coach Norman was saying that they had a lot of experience na may baon na sila to whichever league that they will join.
Medyo nalito yung ating table officials. They thought it was a second technical timeout. It was actually UST who scored that point. So it's 15-10. Poyos on deck to serve. Trying to stay alive. Lamina signaling their play. Let's see how will they execute here. Oh, Vange Alinsog just detonating.
Too fast of an attack and too explosive of an approach. Vange Alinsug remains dominant in the first line for the NU Lady Bulldogs.
Dominating and obliterating the defense of UST. They lead 16-10 as we head into our second technical timeout.
I only want the best. Thincredible, Thintense, Sensational, Thin Crust Pizza from Shakey's. Thincredible Crisp Crust, Thintense Real Cheese, Sensational Flavor. There's no thin like Shakey's.
Vange Alinsog has provided the goods for NU. Kahit saan dako, talagang namayagpag siya dito sa Cebuana. Just doing the damage here for NU. All smiles, and for good reason. Vange Alinsog. 16-10 ang ating talaan, UST. Trailing by 6 right now. Carvalho, bigay kay Perdido. Lamina once again with a good set. Oh, Pepito also with a good save.
Great setup coming from Lamina, and Alinsug with a perfect finish on that attack. NU just dominating in the third set. Kanina medyo pantay pa tayo eh. Minsan exchange USC yung nagli-lead, but this time with a duo of Alinsug and Belen, just really destroying the defensive patterns of UST.
Parang kinilig pa siya sa sarili niyang palo. No? Just enjoying her handiwork here. 17-10. Lamina. Oh, good set. Pepito, though, was ready. Lamina. Back to Vange.
Poyos from the back.
Yeah, we could really see that yung galaw ng NU medyo nabate. Ang ganda ng block doon.
No, but
Ni Managua. But I was about to say, sorry,
yeah,
Richie.
sorry, let's give credit to Bella Belen na that was 4 straight sequences that she was the one getting the first ball and manning the defensive pattern for NU.
That block set brought to you by Peri Peri Charcoal Chicken and Sauce Bar. Order now. I was just about to say, mas fluid na yung galaw ng NU, no? You can see the transition from the pass to the set and dun sa mga palo.
Yes, in comparison to USC na medyo tense na rin yung atmosphere sa loob ng court.
Doon, that trip, scramble sila doon. Free ball for UST. Good block from Pangilinan.
Beautifully time block for Pangilinan and Solomon. Let's see that once again. You see, out of system na nga dito si Solomon, but she was still able to position herself, and Pangilinan was there to support her on that block.
Ara Paniga checks in. Converge Fiber X is the official internet provider of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Si Pangilinan hindi siya katangkaran at that middle blocker position. In fact, nasa harap sila ngayon ni
And
Ara Panique.
she is taller than Pangilinan. But what I like about Pangilinan is that she's very versatile as a player and quick. And sometimes that's what you need. You need someone to be quick, jumps high, and adjust quickly to what the setter will give. But again, Panj Olinsug scores another point.
And yung attack efficiency, no? Ni Vange Alinsog. As right now, NU with an 8-point lead. She is probably one of the more efficient attackers in our tournament so far. Every time bigyan mo ng magandang set, patay talaga yung bola eh.
Kahit hindi nga maganda na set eh.
Just making things work.
But as we see USC trying to compose themselves and establish themselves inside of the court, we may not see it now, we may not hear it, but we see it from their body language that they do want to still fight for this set.
And Coach Kung Fu Reyes has burned his final timeout. Coach Norman Miguel and the rest of the Lady Bulldogs seeking for a sweep here.
Our score is 19, serving 11.
Team Rebel Sports is the official team uniform of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. And a service error, so good timeout coming from Coach Kung Fu. 19-12, Cassie Carvalho from Silay City, Negros Occidental. She played for Coach Michael La Rosa at Livingstone's International School in Bacolod City. At ngayon, the main setter for UST. Here, actually, si Pepito na yung kumuha. Nagkikihurado. Alinsog sa bandang kanan.
Anywhere.
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 Just anywhere she goes, every time bigyan siya ng bola.
And any setup. You sometimes mauubusan ka na rin ng masasabi because every time she's given a point, every time she's given a set, she will surely perform.
Summit Bottled Water is the official drinking water of the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship. Here she is, on deck to serve. Cacbalio, bigay kay Perdido. Combination play works for UST.
Such an advantage for her to be a left-handed spiker for a combination play that comes from the opposite side of the court, going to the middle.
And it's a
7-point cushion by NU. Pangilinan taps it in. Erin Pangilinan solid as always. This cool play of a set brought to you by R&B Milk Tea. Order now.
And this is the performance we like about Pangilinan, is that she leads by performance. And now that she is the captain, when we spoke to her before, she did say that it was a big responsibility for her to be captain, but hindi din naman mahirap pakiusapan yung girls, and she leads by example and her performance.
Sala mo, pag nakakausap natin ito, mahihain doon si Erin. But, huge responsibility on her shoulders. At in-embrace naman niya ng 100%. And she has responded to the call. Bella Belen just enjoying herself.
Well, everyone's smiling on the side of the blue and gold.
Biggest lead, 9 points.
Great serve.
Actually, si Poyos hindi na masyadong nabibigyan for UST. Panike off the block.
Ball sails out. You were saying Poyos hindi na masyado binibigyan, and I guess that's because the blockings are all focused on the open side of the court for the UST Golden Tigresses.
She was practically shut down here in the third set. So si Angeline Poyos.
Oh, there we go.
Binigyan na siya. And right on cue. Nakinig yata ako ni Cassie.
Great placement for Angeline Poyos, finding that spot in zone 1.
This 5 set brought to you by Potato Corner, world's best favorite fries. Order now.
She was actually facing diagonally, but she just adjusted her arm to face the zone 1 area of NU.
And medyo late din yung block attempt doon ng NU. Cham Maaya. Underhand set, Poyos. Abigail Pono, bigay kay Bella Belen. Good pickup. Poyos once again, cross court. Pono giving chase. Tough angle by Belen, and that's why that ball will sail out.
Great attempt coming from Bella Belen.
Macalso. Her team down by 8. And service error, and NU now at match point. NU apart from Jen Yerva, Cesc Robles, Joy Mecagande. Wala na rin sa kanila si Jazz Elarina, who's now with FEU. Chini Arroyo turned pro. Poyos puts it in. 24-16. Coach Dornman Miguel just asking for one more solid play for National University. Pono to Maaya, and just enough to give them the point and the win. And NU winning this in straight sets. And UST absorbing their first loss here in the Shakey Super League preseason. But nothing to shave off if you're the Golden Tigresses. The young crew that Coach Kung Fu has, this will be a good learning experience for them. As NU showing their might. Still one of the more formidable teams in the UAP, and as well here in the Shakey Super League. 25-19, 25-20, and 25-16. More on the Shakey Super League in just a bit when you return.
I only want the best. Thincredible, Thintense, sensational, thin crust pizza from Shakey's. Thincredible crisp crust, Thintense real cheese, sensational flavor. There's no thin like Shakey's.
Give me 10, 15, 20, down to the minute 20,000.
Happy na si Sir, oh.
So happy.
the match. Kalat pa rin yung scoring, no, ng NU, Richie, but we chose this particular player and for good reason.
Well, it was a well-distributed display of attacks, but Vange Olinsug entered the second round with smiles as she breezed through this game with a big bag of heavy explosive attacks that just proved that she is the most deserving player of the game as a spark plug for her team.
And Vange Olinsug right now, she is with our correspondent, Sam Santiago.
Vanji Alinsug of NU Lady Bulldogs at siya nga ang ating naging best player of the game. So balikan muna natin ang mga nangyari sa game. Lalo na kapag pinibigay talaga ang bola sa'yo. Wala ka nang pinapalagpas. So paano ba na-sustain, of course, ang powerful attacks na yon?
Sa training kasi namin, parang lagi din namin ginagawa sa team consistency. So, kung ano yung parang ginagawa namin sa training, so yung consistency namin pagdating sa 6-on-6 or spiking, dapat hindi siya magbago till the end.
Kanina na-mention ni Erin, ang inyong team captain, na this is the new era. Of course, para nga sa NU Lady Bulldogs. Pero today, ano sa tingin mo ang naging factor? Lalo na mas nakita natin na fluid na nga kayo or mas naging fluid kayo inside the court.
Sa team namin, madami kaming ngayon, like bonding sa isa't isa, and after training namin, like magbabanding kami sa pantry na kung ano-ano lang pinapanood namin and ginagawa, and yun yung maganda lalo na kapag pagdating sa court kasi yung connection namin hindi nawawala. So, ang ganda sa feeling na ganitong team yung nangyayari sa amin ngayon.
Lastly, meron ka bang mga gustong pasalamatan or batiin?
Sa family ko po sa Cebu, sa Katmon, Cebu, hi po, ingat po kayo dyan lagi. And sa coaches ko po dati sa Katmon and sa NU community po, thank you po sa walang sawang suporta.
And there you have it, ating best player of the game, NU Lady Bulldog, na si Vanji Alinsug. Ikaw ngay makaka-receive ng pizza, of course, and a super card from Shakey's. Pero since you are undefeated nga dito sa ating tournament na ito, why don't you sign, of course, ang ating camera? Ayan, together with your jersey number as well. Alright, and there you have it, our best player of the game, Vanji Alinsug from NU Lady Bulldogs. Now back to the panel.
Thank you very much, Sam Santiago, and well-deserved award for the very consistent Vange Alinsug. She has been saying that that's been one of the things that she wants to work on, especially with a much bigger role. Set number 1, dikdikan tayo early on. UST keeping in step with NU, but the Lady Bulldogs just finding their bearings. Bella Belin and Eliza Solomon leading that attack as NU winning that set 25-19. Set number 2, dito medyo lumayo yung NU, no? In terms of attacks, we saw there 18-9 yung naging talaan dito as compared to 14 all nung set number 1. Set number 2, this was where Vange Alinsug really started to heat up para dito sa NU. On the other side for UST, meron din silang glimpses of trying to get back, but unfortunately just coming up short. And then itong set number 3, just a dominant display for NU.
Yes, and this third set was a close match in the first half, but as soon as Belen and Alinsug sparked their continuous attack points, NU just dominated and challenged the defensive system of UST. Although we are to honor Perdido Poyos for letting us witness jaw-dropping points.
Ayan, 25-16 yung naging score. And this is a straight sets victory for NU. As we check out the numbers in the whole match so far,
still a bit close, but with the 3 sets, NU was able to provide 48 attack points while UST only providing 32. And those attack points, of course, we have to give credit to NU's playmaker, Cam Salmina, who orchestrated and activated most of the spikers. 5 blocks for NU and 3 for UST, 6 aces for the NU Lady Bulldogs and 2 for the UST Golden Tigresses.
Cam Salmina had a lot of excellent sets para dito sa NU. Tingnan natin yung updated team standings. NU, FEU on top of their respective pools. UST dropping to 3-1. So Arellano earlier won against Ateneo de Manila Blue Eagles, as they are tied with UST there. On the other side of the bracket, UE and CSB, both with a 2-1, yet to play in our round 2 matches. And ito, matutukayan natin silang dalawa in our opening game tomorrow. That's 11 a.m. CSB kontra UE. That's gonna be an interesting one. May backstory tayo dyan. Of course, Coach Jerry Yee is now with both of these squads. On the other hand, at 2 p.m., UST trying to bounce back against a very surprising Arellano University, stunning Ateneo earlier. And then in our main game at 5 p.m., Ateneo de Manila University trying to bounce back, but they have a tall order on their hands against the NU Lady Bulldogs. And that does it for our coverage for today. On behalf of Richie Cordero, Sab San Diego, and the rest of our wonderful production crew, ako po si Ken Pangilinan. Maraming salamat po. This has been the Shakey Super League Preseason Championship.